Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I recently did a video on best sports cars to get is like $10,000, and we're going to be looking at the budget of $25,000. Now I know what you're thinking, like, oh yeah, I want that favorite car of mine. With this budget, I can get this at like 200,000 miles though. What this is focusing on is more of the likelihood to get a clean example of this vehicle. We're going to be focusing on reliability, performance, handling. So well, without further ado, let's get to the first vehicle, and that's going to be the Nissan 370Z. I know the last video we had the 350Z on the more budget conscious person. In this case, we're jumping up, upgrading to the 370Z, and you can find plenty of clean examples under this budget. The 370Z is definitely a great looking vehicle. It really improved aesthetically from the 350Z, I think. Furthermore, the engine itself is pretty damn reliable if you take care of it. So again, V6, two-seater, rear-wheel drive front engine, nice car to either daily, to bring to shows, to go to drift events, to have it as like a track car. Like, it kind of can do it all. It's kind of a jack of all trades. So definitely look out for a car like this if you're in that budget and those are your needs. Next up, we're going to talk about the Ford Mustang GT. Basically, any 2015 model plus, you can find any kind of Mustang GT, varying on mileage and everything else. And you can find any kind of Mustang GT under this price point. This is really something to look for if you're interested in that nice, powerful V8 rumble, front engine, rear-wheel drive, handles pretty great. This is like the first generation Mustang in a long time since the SVT Cobra that we get an independent rear suspension. This is actually a great Mustang, probably one of the best Mustangs ever to come into the market for a long time. Even the newer generation of Mustangs kind of mimic that, with making some improvements overall on top of it, except for the paintwork. So if you're in the market for something more American, more robust, more loud, the Mustang GT is basically what you're going to be looking for. If you do like how this list is going so far, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and then you can see more of these lists. And then you can also see DIY stuff. You can also see automotive shows, interviews, and all sorts of different things that I do on this channel. Next up on our list, we have the Chevrolet Camaro. Look out for the SS models. I would definitely recommend the manual options for these. They're fun cars, fun to drive, great handling, pretty damn quick off the line. These are great cars, but something that you have to understand is about the newest Camaros is that you have no view out the windows. Imagine driving around in one of those like shop top hot rods. Very limited vision out of the car. I know that a lot of people drive around daily with Camaros all the time. It's no mystery that people love them. And where this succeeds past the Mustang is that you have way more options. Great brake packages that came from the factory. You have the 1LE packages, probably not attainable at this budget, but still just definitely something to think about is that you may have better braking, better handling over the Mustang GT by choosing the Camaro. The only sacrifice you're making is how your actual POV. Next up is the Audi TT. I like to picture this as like the Miata of Audis, to be honest. They're very small vehicles. But I think the most recent ones, they're a little bit more roomier. I do know somebody that owns one of these, and they love the car. The only problem is that it's just not made for taller people, I think. If you're not taller than 5'9", I honestly would wholeheartedly recommend these cars. You have the all-wheel drive Quattro, great handling. You could bring it to the track. You could daily driver it. The only downfall of this, heavy maintenance costs, just like any German vehicle, any European vehicle for that matter. Next up is the C6 Corvette, the base model. So the base model C6 Corvette, probably aim for 2008 or newer. That's going to come with the LS3. If you get a little bit older, that's fine. It comes with the LS2. The LS2 itself does come with some issues here and there, most notably being the crank pulley that likes to wear out and you have to replace it. The LS2 and the LS3s are both great engines, but let's face the facts here. The LS3 is definitely an improvement. I would say highly recommend the LS3. It's going to be a base model, so you're going to get the narrow body. It's not going to look as clean and nice. I have seen some that do. These are vehicles an absolute blast to drive, and I highly recommend anybody that is looking at this budget to look around for a base model clean example of a C6. Probably try to find one a little bit on the lower mileage side. It's probably not going to be common, but if it's higher mileage, just trust that it's an LS3, but also trust that you're probably going to want to find out if there's any transmission work done or maintenance done to the transmission at all, because there is a great difficulty in servicing those transmissions with the transaxle out the rear. You got to drop the whole rear end. It's a whole thing. thing. So nothing says, great sports cars other than Americans' own sports car, which is the Corvette. Yeah. C6 Corvette you could get at this price point all day. So that's my take on what cars are going to be more track focused, but also fun, daily drivable, and for the most part reliable for a budget of $25,000. I'm going to be increasing these budgets until it's unrealistic. Join us next time for when we increase the budget to $50,000. See you on the next one.